Oh boy. Blue Beetle. I wasn't expecting much from this. I actually had completely forgotten it was coming out, but, wow. DC finds a way. And by finds a way, I mean finds a way to piss me off over the trailer for a character I don't even like. Because as per usual, they just can't help themselves. Let's get into it. The trailer begins with Jaime Reyes at his day job of being a pool boy, and we get introduced to who I'm sure won't be grating as all hell in the movie. You know the type of character I'm talking about. The witty, snarky, comic relief best friend. The character who definitely doesn't make you want to stab yourself in the ears repeatedly. We see Jaime going to get a job, I guess, as his family cheers him on from the car. Okay. But then he runs into an old friend.
Jenny?
She gives him a box and tells him not to open it, but to guard it with his life. Now, I know what you're thinking. Surely this incredibly important item is in a locked box. Some scientific sealed container, perhaps. Nah, it's in a fucking burger box.
Fuck you.
Those are certainly known for their Fort Knox-like resilience, I guess. Anyway, he takes it home and decides to open it, because of course he does, then retreated to this lovely fucking scene.
Likes me.
It's on your face! Get it out!
Jaime.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Definitely not a facehugger symbiote Power Rangers Iron Spider ripoff. No, sir. But hey, remember, this is funny. Why?
Loud noises!
And who can forget, saying what's happening as it happens.
It's on your face!
Why do I feel like somehow George Lopez is going to be the most annoying thing in this movie by far?
Batman's a fascist.
Oh. That's why.
And who could forget this? Good God. This UI looks like a fucking PS2 game main menu. Anyway, then he flies away in a few shots, totally not ripping off Man of Steel. I love how DC and WB wants to forget that movie and universe so bad, yet so much DC content borrows shots from it. And get this. He's in space, and then he falls. He falls in space. Space doesn't have gravity. We can see that he's outside the atmosphere. The suit says that it's doing some re-entry protocol, but there is no jet, no kind of steering. He just drops out of the sky. In space! Then he cuts a bus in half as we hear that the suit will do anything to protect its host. Boy howdy, thank God nobody ever stands in the middle of the bus, and they never take more passengers than there are seats, because Jaime would have just melted several people. But that never happened, so it's fine. Also, you'd think the suit could and would just dodge an obstacle like a bus. Sure, it was going to hit him, but it's kind of a passive threat, and if you just move, you're fine. If it's purely a survival-based, instinctual fight-or-flight thing, surely it wouldn't become violent and destructive right off the bat, opting for flight before fight. Unless we're meant to think the suit has violent tendencies, which definitely doesn't make it sound even more like a symbiote.
I think I cut a bus in half.
What the hell? Are you an amnesiac? It's pretty obvious you did. What do you mean you think? Then we get some shots of random bullshit happening. Uncle Ben tells Iron Spider Ranger Man that he has to decide what he's going to do with his gift. We get some truly inspired dialogue.
The love you feel for your family makes you weak.
Never heard that one before.
We get some shots of Jaime doing Blue Beetle things, and then we're subjected to this absolute gem.
It's like Batman stuff.
Batman's a fascist.
I absolutely loathe the trend of shitting on heroes, especially the headliners, for a cheap laugh. Peacemaker did it.
Batman doesn't kill people.
Because he's a pussy!
He's a dark creature of the night.
He's a jackass!
And it's the absolute worst. Bad faith Batman rating of all time. This is that shitty Batman take that comes across Twitter every other month, where some dumbass thinks they're being big-brained by saying some shit like, "Oh, Batman's like bad, actually." And now it's been getting parroted in official DC projects. Fantastic. Also, sorry, but,
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
And if you look further back, the pioneer of shitting on Batman was the CW's Batwoman. And it... Wait a minute. No. No, it can't be. It's the same theme!
It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic. No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
And that's it. That's the trailer for Blue Beetle. Aww. They think anyone is going to shell out the extra $5 to $7 a pop for an IMAX ticket. Oh, that's adorable. Anyway, that's the trailer for Blue Beetle, and good God almighty. I have no idea how they can manage to make something that used to sound like it would be an inoffensive, if forgettable, little family movie with a superhero twist into an infuriating mess of lazy ripoffs, bad faith takes, and shit comedy. With how laughably bad Shazam! Fury of the Gods is doing, I shudder to think how this one's box office will look, because, let's face it, Fury of the Gods had one pretty okay movie before it, so it had something of a built-in audience. This has absolutely no such help. And with an imminent reboot on the horizon, I just gotta wonder, who's actually gonna go see this? Oh look, a member berry of the suit of the guy this movie should have been about. Great.